Wellness Rhythm Show. Find your rhythm. Live your wellness.
Y'all, here's a question I want you to sit with for a second. How many supplements are in your cabinet right now? Because I just counted mine and the answer was embarrassing.
Right, so this is actually a bigger cultural moment than most people realize. The global supplements market is worth over $200 billion annually. $200 billion. And a significant chunk of that is sold on vibes, not evidence.
On vibes. That is the most David thing you have ever said, and it is also completely accurate.
I do have my moments. But here's the thing. Some of these products genuinely have strong research behind them. Others are somewhere between harmless and expensive nonsense. Today we're going to try to sort which is which.
And we are not here to make anyone feel bad about their supplement shelf. We are here to be the informed friend who actually helps you figure out what is worth keeping and what is just very convincing packaging.
So, let's define the landscape first. When we say supplements, we are talking about vitamins, minerals, herbal products, amino acids, probiotics, anything sold to support health that is not classified as a prescription drug. In the US, they are regulated by the FDA under DSHEA, the Dietary Supplement Health and Education Act of 1994. And the critical point there is that manufacturers do not have to prove efficacy before selling.
Which is wild when you say it out loud. Like, the burden is on the FDA to prove something is harmful, not on the company to prove it works.
Exactly. The UK and EU have somewhat stricter frameworks, but globally, the regulatory picture is patchy at best. That context matters for everything we discuss today.
So let's start with the ones that actually have solid evidence. Where does the research feel genuinely confident?
Right, let's start with vitamin D because this one has probably the most robust population-level data. A large portion of adults in northern latitudes, and that very much includes me in London, have clinically low vitamin D, particularly in winter. The research, including a major 2022 meta-analysis published in the New England Journal of Medicine involving the VITAL trial, links adequate vitamin D to bone health, immune function, and there is emerging work on cardiovascular outcomes.
And the thing is, if you are spending most of your day indoors, which most of us with desk jobs or school runs are, you are probably not synthesizing enough from sunlight regardless of where you live.
Correct. The caveat is that supplementation works best when you actually have a deficiency. Getting your levels tested before buying a high-dose supplement is the smart move.
Okay, what else makes the evidence strong list?
Omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA from fish oil or algae-based sources for those who are plant-based. The evidence for cardiovascular benefits is genuinely strong, particularly at higher doses. The American Heart Association has endorsed omega-3s for people with existing heart conditions, and the Journal of the American Medical Association published trials showing reductions in cardiovascular events with prescription-strength formulations.
I actually started adding more walnuts for this reason, which, yes, are not a supplement, but they do deliver plant-based omega-3s in a form your body recognizes pretty well.
ALA from walnuts, yes. The conversion to EPA and DHA in the body is not highly efficient, but it is not nothing either. Good food, first instinct.
Here's the thing, though. This is where I want to pause for the like and subscribe ask, because if this is the kind of conversation you want more of, actual evidence, no hype, please go hit like and subscribe on whatever platform you are listening on. It genuinely helps us reach more people.
It does. We appreciate every one of you who does that. Right, continuing. Magnesium is another one that deserves serious attention. It is involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body. Research from the World Health Organization has flagged widespread inadequate magnesium intake across Western diets. And specific forms, magnesium glycinate, magnesium citrate, have reasonably good evidence for sleep quality and muscle function.
I have heard so many people in the sandwich generation crowd, you know, the ones caring for aging parents while still raising kids, talk about not sleeping well, and magnesium comes up constantly. Is that legit or is it placebo?
The sleep research is real but not dramatic. A 2021 systematic review in BMC Complementary Medicine and Therapies found modest but meaningful improvements in sleep quality in adults with low magnesium status. The key phrase is with low magnesium status. Again, it helps more if you are actually deficient.
Okay, so there's a theme emerging. Supplementation works best when it is filling an actual gap, not just carpet bombing your body with extras.
That is precisely the theme, and it leads us to the more skeptical part of this conversation.
Oh, good. This is where you get to be skeptical, David. And I get to be the person who just bought something because the packaging was beautiful.
What did you buy?
I am not telling you. Okay, maybe later. Keep going.
Right, so The supplements where the evidence is weak, overstated, or inconsistent. Collagen peptides are a big one commercially. The marketing is sophisticated. The clinical evidence for skin benefits is limited. There are small industry-funded studies, but nothing approaching the rigor we would want. Your gut breaks down ingested collagen into amino acids, and whether those then get directed specifically to skin is not well established.
That one stings a little because those products are everywhere right now.
Biotin is similar, aggressively marketed for hair, skin, and nails. The evidence that supplemental biotin improves any of these outcomes in people who are not deficient, which most people are not, is genuinely weak. The Dermatology Times has reported that biotin deficiency causing hair loss is quite rare.
And yet there is an entire wall of biotin products at every pharmacy.
$200 billion market, Emma.
Fair point. Okay, here is where I push back a little, because I know listeners are going to think, but I felt a difference. And I do not want us to dismiss that entirely.
No, and we should not. The placebo effect is real and not trivial. If someone sleeps better because they believe magnesium is helping, some of that sleep improvement is physiologically genuine. Better sleep is better sleep. But the issue is cost. The issue is sometimes safety, and critically, the issue is opportunity cost. If someone is spending money on biotin when they actually have a thyroid issue causing hair loss, that is a real problem.
Which is why we always say, talk to an actual doctor before adding anything, particularly if you have a health condition or you are taking medications. Supplements can interact with prescriptions. That is not a small thing.
St. John's wort is the classic example, widely used for mood support. Some evidence for mild to moderate low mood in certain populations, but it has significant interactions with antidepressants, contraceptives, and blood thinners. The European Medicines Agency has flagged this extensively.
And the person buying it at a health food store does not necessarily know any of that.
Which is why the regulatory context we opened with actually matters. One more thing that deserves its own moment: third-party testing. If you are going to supplement, look for products certified by NSF International, USP, the US Pharmacopoeia, or Consumer Lab. These are independent bodies that verify what is on the label is actually in the bottle at the stated dose.
Because apparently that is not guaranteed otherwise.
It is not guaranteed otherwise. Consumer Lab has done blind testing that found meaningful discrepancies in a notable percentage of products. This is not rare.
Y'all, that is the part that actually shocked me when I started learning about this space. The label is a starting point, not a guarantee.
Which does not mean you should avoid all supplements. It means you should choose thoughtfully. Strong evidence, known deficiency or high-risk population, reputable third-party tested brand. That is the framework.
And I would add, before you add a supplement, ask whether there is a food version of what you are after. Not always possible, not always practical, but worth asking first. Okay, if I had to give y'all one thing to walk away with today, it would be this. Before you buy anything, ask 3 questions. Do I have an actual reason to think I'm deficient or at risk? Is there credible independent research behind this specific product? And is it third-party tested? That is it. 3 questions. It will save you money and probably cabinet space.
And if the answer to all 3 is yes, vitamin D, omega-3, S, magnesium in the right context, there is genuinely good science supporting you. This is not a field of total darkness. It is just one where the noise is very loud and the marketing budgets are enormous.
Which is exactly why we are here. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. We genuinely love making this show for you. And if you found today useful, please share it with someone who has a suspiciously large supplement shelf.
That demographic is larger than you might think. Until next time.
This show is part of the VoxCrea.ai system. If you want a show like this for your organization, without building it yourself,
go to voxcrea.ai and request a sample episode.